Hi, it's Veronica here, and I am one of the 12 that Jesus put together in the end times to kick the end times with. I'm also with Jesus's main vessel, Mandy de la Para, and her husband Guillermo de la Para, which are Adam and Eve in this realm, guys. And you can find them at Seek Heavenly Things. You can find at Guillermo de la Para 303. Currently, his account is hacked, but Jesus, as he turns the dial back, is going to show you guys that it's going to be restored and back to as it was. So it's amazing. He's using evil for good, and he's just giving you another chance to believe once you see it, guys. But why to wait until that? Test the spirits and really ask yourself a question. It could be Jesus speaking, guys. Feel Jesus's heart, his love for his kids, how he's warning, how he's trying to get us ready for his coming in harvest. Before I deliver the message, part 4 today of the second phase of a pre-introductory phase. Guys, we're coming closer. Pre-introductory phase is full of supernatural. You don't want to wait for this, okay? So, before we start, I claim that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, that he came down in the flesh, bled and died on a cross, and he rose on the third day. Okay? So let's get to it. This message was published on 4/30/2026, and that was God's physical calendar 13/11, and God's spiritual calendar 6/11, and God's true Gregorian calendar, it was 11/15. And that's the continuation from the last part, where Jesus left off at the cliffhanger to recognize who are his true prophets. Okay, so here it is, Jesus' words. Instruction manual to know who is truly being guided by me, Yeshua HaMashiach, or who is false, led by the false father. Here's the main thing to see. Instruction manual number 1. It's funny. If they are not in their glorious body when it is time for my 12 to show their glorious bodies, that means I have not sent them. At this point, if you're continuing to watch these people after knowing this warning, I will allow those negative frequencies to block what I'm teaching you now. You see, children, I do not do anything to harm you. I do everything to help you. But there is always going to be a correction with my love behind everything to teach you what to do and what not to do. Now here is what to look for before the glorious bodies are here. Here is what you should be looking out for to decipher who is truly speaking my words or the false father words. Instruction manual number 2. Do they know my gospel, my true good news? Or are they condemning other believers as sinners, even though I have finished all sins on the cross? Number 3 of the instruction manual. Are they flashy? Meaning, are they inserting their own take through man's teachings instead of humbly coming to me for answers, saying we have to stay for my wrath? There is no rapture under the law teachings, or preaching darkness is for my elect, and claiming to be a prophet, etc. Last but not least, number 4, have they advertised in any way, cashed out, asking for handouts, gifts, etc. to further their ministry, while receiving prophetic messages, dreams, or visions through the online forums? Now, as you can see, this is eliminating most of the people that you're listening to if they are claiming to be a prophet or a messenger from the Lord. If they are just watchmen or trying to further my kingdom by sharing my gospel and my good news, I'm not referring to those people. However, there are exceptions. There are some people who I'm currently using who has cashed out. I'm not allowing the devil to take over yet. It will be on my perfect timing when I make the switch. That is because I'm giving mysteries through these people to take down the elite, to show what the enemy is doing and what the enemy is planning. So I'm allowing these people to build a huge following, and even though they are cashing out, I'm not ready to flip the tables on them yet and allow the false father to come in just yet. But on my perfect timing, I will, because according to the heavenly contracts, the false father can come in to deceive my people if they have cashed out on the social media forums, claiming to be a prophet or a messenger sent from God. This is all set up from the very beginning, and I'm going to flip the switch with them when I'm ready to prove to you the rebellion colony and my first heaven. This is a mystery that I'm bringing to the table now, and you may not understand every single thing that I'm referring to now, because you don't have all of the mysteries of how everything got started in heaven and how the heavens got corrupted. But what you need to know is the very first heaven never got corrupted. It stayed pure, and this is why I made a second heaven to create the battle lines, to set up the rebellion colony to keep my first heaven pure. And I call that rebellion colony my hidden heaven. Okay, guys, a lot of this mystery Jesus has touched on in the previous messages in the first phase of the pre-introductory, so you may as well go back there from the day one and listen to it if you just came across this video, guys. And here Jesus continues. So you see, my children, you're all from the same place. You just do not have your memories back yet. But some of you were part of the rebellion colony at first, but because your Father knows the beginning from the end, I set it up to where each of my creations were also created pure in my first heaven. This is how my creations have created so many different forms. The doppelganger, the duplicate spirits of the same suits, different characters of primary suits, and different suits matching the same personality traits with your spirits in them. The good, the bad, and even the ugly, based on certain things that I was accomplishing through my creations in heaven. There's a reason I say ugly. It has nothing to do with appearances, because all of my creations are beautiful in their own way. It has something to do with something else entirely, and you will know why I refer to it as ugly on my perfect timing. You see, children, there are so many mysteries, and you have no idea where any of this comes from. But I'm trying to lead you in a way that you can understand, because all of your eyes will be open here soon, when I'm ready to pull my switch and bring the veil down to show you what is truly on the good side and the dark side. Now, some of the exception prophets that I have used, many of you are following them, and rightfully so, because I have sent them for the time being. But you're going to see a big shift in them when it's time for me to expose them, as I switch their spirits out to the rebellion colony. I chose these exceptions knowing the beginning from the end, and that they were going to cash out on my words without asking me for my permission to be a part of this world through financial gain, while using me in my prophetic insights to lead my people truly into my truth without understanding every single thing that I am bringing to the table now. If you follow all of these guidelines and you start to recognize who my character truly is, you will not be misled by these people claiming to be prophets of some sort through prophecy, dreams, or visions. So now that I have instructed you, the most important thing to remember, all of the prophets that I have sent always claim that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, or Jesus Christ, is their Messiah. I'm always identifying myself through my messages, and I always show you my love and my grace. Whether or not I'm playing both roles, the true father and playing the role of the false father, for training purposes, get you all battle ready. You see, children, everything I do is for your benefit, to make you up. I take it out from the beginning. You see, children, everything I do is for your benefit, to wake you up to my truths. It is up to you to follow them or not. I have given you a set of guidelines to follow, but the choice is always yours. I know what the Bible says. If a prophet gets something wrong, it automatically disqualifies you as a prophet. But how can you decipher the true meaning of what is right and wrong when you do not have my full plan? You see, children, I told you I'm using the time clock so many different ways and changing events, making certain dates come again. So you see that the rule right now is kind of null and void because there is so many future prophecies still to come based on the time clocks that I will be using with certain events. So in that case, that is when you need to humble yourself and truly come to my feet and ask me for my truth. And ask me if I, Yeshua HaMashiach, is using this prophet. You see, children, the devil is out there to deceive you, and he's deceiving many of you now because you're listening to the wrong people, collecting all of these negative frequencies. There are a handful of people now claiming that I have sent them, and I have not. So now that you have these instructions, use me for your guidance for any other questions that you may seek. This is Yeshua HaMashiach speaking. I come, or I came in the flesh, depending on what translation you use. I bled and died on a cross and I rose on the third day. I'm the one giving Mandy my outline of instructions for my end-time plans because she is my scribe. I chose her before creations were ever made. I'm giving these revelations to her to try and show you how I'm conducting everything through heaven. It does not make her more special than you. I have no favorites. I choose people according to my will and for my glory to wake all of my children up. There is no need for comparison because I'm behind it all, and when I finally open up your eyes to my truth, you will see why I have chosen her and all of you on my perfect timing. To show you my kingdom mysteries, giving you my final outline through her and her Adam. Show you who my true prophets are and who are the false prophets working for the devil. That was the end of the message. Stick around for part 5. Take it all to Jesus. Humbly in prayer, come to his feet. You cannot go wrong if you take it to our God, to Jesus. Okay, I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.